and this is B2 over here, and phi is over here. G mu nu, B mu nu, and phi. That's, from a string theorist point of view, zeros as to NS, NS, Nora shorts, NS, NS fields on the string rule sheet. And then I also have C1 over here, which is really G mu 11, and C3, which is this A mu nu rho over here. And they turn out to be the so-called remote fields from a string theory point of view. And these turn out to be the bosonic fields of the 2A supergravity. Incidentally, I didn't actually say what happens to the gravitino, but it's not too hard to work out. Gravitino turns into 10-dimensional gravitino plus 10-dimensional dilatino. And so we reduce 11-dimensional supergravity by putting in the field decomposition and making everything independent of y. You end up with a 2A Lagrangian. It looks like that. And more or less, kinetic term, all these are like kinetic terms for all your fields over here. The last line is interesting because that's an interaction term, F. This was the F of A term turned into F of B term over here. It's a 10 form in 10 dimensions. And with the various sort of definitions thrown in as well. Now this is not just an academic exercise. In fact, this dimensional reduction from 11 dimensions is how 2A supergravity was originally constructed. So if I played that game, instead of going from 11 to 10, I can go 11 to 9, 11 to 8, and so on. What happens is I can generate a whole bunch of theories, all with 32 real supercharges in various dimensions. And the fun thing about dimensional reduction in this case is whenever you send a torus, there are certain symmetries of having a torus. And so the geometry, or the symmetries in my internal manifold, manifest themselves as symmetries of the lower dimensional supergravity. And so I have these so-called Kramer-Julia groups, which I guess I won't go through the whole details of that, but just a flash up will show you that there's a very interesting structure that shows up, which you can understand very easily if you use the language of torus reductions of 11-dimensional supergravity. So basically, I'd like to just wrap things up and say, this was a bit of a preview. Tomorrow, I'll go over a little bit more of the Kaluza-Klein construction and to give some examples of dimensional reduction, and then also a little bit of Calabi-Yau type compactifications. And then on Wednesday, hopefully there's no typhoon, we'll talk about sort of more flux things, form Rubin compactifications, ADS times sphere compactifications, and go over a little bit of some of the interesting features of these sort of consistent truncations. So with that.
I have a question. So if I start with 11 dimension, do dimension reduction, and at lower dimension I can still add other multiplets, I would get more and more multiplets in lower and lower dimension. So this way I can construct all the supergravity theories in every dimension.
Well, let's see. In principle, yes. But if I do the torus reduction, I'm going from maximal supersymmetry to maximal supersymmetry. The maximal supersymmetry case is always the supergravity case. And so that's basically unique. I mean, I don't know about the proof, but it's basically unique. There's no matter multiples we can add to that. Which is kind of, it makes the 32 supercharged case very simple. It's basically this is what you get. And there doesn't seem to be any more freedom in that. However, you can also reduce Calabi-Yau, or you can break supersymmetry. You can reduce to theories with less supersymmetry. Those cases, you can start adding matter multiplets. It's a bit of a conjecture whether you can always get every lower dimensional theory by some clever brain construction or something like that from higher dimensions. If you just do pure gravity without any brains or anything like that, then I think it's pretty obvious you can't get all possible lower dimensional theories from 11-dimensional supergravity. But if you allow sort of brains, or in some sense, singularities or things like that, enhanced symmetry at singular points, And so I think it's an open question whether you can get all possible supersymmetric theories starting from 11th dimensional supergravity.
Okay, so let's go have lunch and come back at 2 o'clock for the lectures in the afternoon. Let's thank both speakers.